with my life now than I was when I was running the football. I loved it, I appreciated it, it was a great time. But, I mean, I'm 30 years old now, and God willing, hopefully I'll live many more years, and I'm not trying to have guys like Jarrell chasing me anymore. It's a different mind state that, you know, I don't walk around having 300-pounders breathing down my neck anymore. And now to be able to have that same type of energy, that same type of courage, facing those battles, now help facing those battles for others. My mother passed from cancer 10 years ago. Cancer is a humongous problem. It affects everybody. I guarantee everybody in this world has, or everybody in this room knows someone in their family, neighborhood who it affects. That's one of the reasons why I grow my beard out. I feel, again, it's bigger than me. I mean, I personally think I have a handsome face, but no one can see it. Then again, it's not about me. It's about what we can do and how we can give. I started myself, along with Heather in the back of the room there, we started an organization called New World Flood, flooding the community through giving and services. We go to junior highs and middle schools and high schools, and we talk to kids about the same exact thing. I mean, you have a neighborhood with, let's just say, a centralized park, and in that park, you have 4 or 5 different high schools that all these kids go to. Never do they communicate with each other. They're Big Reds and Trojans. And reality, on Friday nights, I'm 100% with that. In a debate and test scores, I'm 100% with that. But once you graduate, once school's over, you have to walk into your neighborhood, you have to walk into your community. And we keep talking about how do we improve test scores or how do we improve schooling? Well, in my opinion, it starts in the community. If there's no communication, if there's no togetherness in the community, how do you expect a kid to go in the classroom and have to sit with all the distractions around them and try to focus on a teacher? So what we're doing is we're going to schools, we're having these conversations. We have a website we're creating where a kid from one neighborhood can put out, and we're calling them flash floods. They can put out, they're having either a park cleanup, they're cutting people's grass, they're doing something, picking up trash, where they can put it out on this site, and when we go to another school on the other side of town, we can tell them those type of things that they're doing, and now we can bring the whole entire community together outside of the school. And once that's together, they know each other, now they can actually come together and grow and learn in themselves. Like they were talking about earlier with the golf outing between Michigan State and Michigan. That's pretty much exactly what they're doing. And not only does that help strengthen the rivalry, but it helps the people, everyone grow. They just said they expect it to be bigger and better next year. Now, why can't we do that in our same communities with our same neighborhoods? It's never going to affect the end goal, which is to grow, but it's also going to enhance those Friday nights, those basketball games, those cheerleading competitions. It's going to enhance all of those and make it so much of a better community for all of us to live in harmony. I recently have a school in Africa as well. 62 kids are in from 2 years old to 8 years old. To me, knowledge is everything. It helps to have physical ability, but once that physical ability is gone, the brain power is everything that we have. And a lot of times, the youth, with it being such a internet, such a Twitter, Facebook, we don't realize that there was a dictionary and not just Google anymore. And you can actually put time and effort into searching for that word. And when you're searching for that word, there's a very small chance you might see a million other words that you pick up on the way to that one. But again, it's always, to me, it's having to come back home. And the state of our young men, our young women, which we want to see them grow and become very, very positive influences in our community, there is some necessary that we need to, as a community, continue to give back whatever it is. Time, effort, finances, but the most important to me, the thing that we need to give back is love, and how we love and what it takes to love. And the person never knows what it takes to love. How do we expect them to give it when they get older? And they won't be able to. So I work with my brother Tigo. We have a janitorial supplies company called Duckett Brothers Distributing. Again, we're on the same team, but it's 2 different generations. two different goals, but that Spartan family that we've had, the same characteristics, the same desires we had when we were here, now we have shifted them and used them into the business world. It's been an unbelievable opportunity for us to grow as family members, but it's also been a great opportunity for us to serve the community in a giving back way, just as much as we did on Saturdays here. I live here. I left school as a junior, so I never finished my degree. I just re-enrolled this past fall. It's different being the oldest guy in the room. And hearing a lot of the stories that they say, and you know, it's amazing how you just pay attention. You don't have to worry about football. You might have 4 points in that class. So it's crazy, right? It's the most craziest thing I've heard. But I mean, so far, like, again, back to the whole full circle, back to going home. That's where my life has gone. That's what I'm on. That's the path I'm on. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very happy. And I live in the present. So whatever happens 10 minutes from now, it's going to happen. And I'm so willing to walk through that door and make sure it stays. Any questions for me?
I just want to say what a pleasure it was watching you and the respect I had for you as a player. After that speech, I think I've got more respect for you.
Wonderful.
I mean, you know, it's really good. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful journey. I mean, I've had days where I was crying to myself, asking why, and then the very next second, it all becomes clear. I mean, never, like the 2 days, the grind they were talking about with Arthur Ray and the grind, this is another 2 a day of life. It's a grind, but it's a beautiful finish. Yeah.
Yeah, before the next question, I actually have a quick question. You're involved in a lot of different charities, a lot of different functions, like you said, throughout the community. Can you maybe tell some of the people here how they can get involved in some of the things you do?
Well, New World Flood is one. It's newworldflood.org. We're in the process now of creating the African project that I have. We call New World Flood International. A thing that we started myself along with 4 other people last year is called Lunch with a Purpose. Once a week, we choose an organization. It's usually Thursdays from 12 to 1, and we choose an organization where we can go and we can go serve, we can go do stuff. It's so many people say we don't have time or have to work or whatever the excuse is or whatever the deal is, but everyone has a lunch hour, everyone has a chance to eat. So we provide a time where we go to a place and we may go like a Gateway Community Service. It's a home for runaway kids. We'll go and we'll show up with 10, 15, 20 volunteers. I mean, that's 20 hours of work that can get done all during a person's lunch hour with everyone at one time together. That's lunchwithapurpose.com. Again, it's about giving and services. And yes, a person is busy. I mean, we have people showing up in suits out there cutting grass. And then the whole point of it is they realize, they get there and they say, wow, that wasn't a bad hour. Or they say, wow, I didn't really know the need was that great. And next thing I know, they're showing up every day the following week on their own free time, which they choose again to give the others.
Did you have a birthday recently?
I did, February 17th.
I get a hit on my email from Sisters Ministry.
Yes.
And Sisters Ministry was talking about some of your endeavors.
Yes.
And that they participate with that. My sister is Janice Sweet-Fear.
Yes.
Okay. And I told her that you were going to be our guest speaker today.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to send you much love.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually will be talking with them tomorrow at a conference in Jackson. And I mean, that's not just as much as it was to perform in front of 70,000 people and do what God had given me the ability to do. We all have more we can do. We have so much more. We have so much greatness inside of us. So now it's just fixing that or transferring into a different avenue and still trying to live that joy and live that power. I'm speaking to some young men and women tomorrow, and it'll be similar to this same message. I really don't write my messages, I just kind of let them go. So it's purposely meant for you. Wonderful, thank you.
After hearing him talk last year,